Hello and welcome to Getting to Know the Fandom. Today's guest, Fictionboi. Yeah, I remembered it this time.
Yeah, you did remember this time after the second take. But anyways,
I know, right?
Hello everybody. My name is Fictionboi. You may have not heard of me. I'm just a husky, but I run a podcast called Top Dogs Podcast. I also am one of the founders of Top Dogs Organization. I am learning to be a voice actor as well, and also producing music with my own team to hopefully be releasing some singles soon.
Ooh, I'm actually really interested in that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to what is it? We were
Thank you.
talking about you were looking to do like kind of like melancholy stuff like the Gorillas. I like the Gorillas. So I'm actually very interested to see what
And
like you guys do.
the
Yeah, and the electric
doing
one.
the melody.
Oh, and the melody one? Oh, okay.
Well, melody electro slang, and then the melancholy kind of gorilla style.
Okay.
Those kinds of things into consideration. It's just that type of genre, so to speak, if you wanted to put it that way.
Okay. I'm actually interested in that. I'm actually because we haven't talked in a while, so this is kind of the first time we talked in a while. So that's nice. I'm actually looking forward to that.
Spoke was FWA.
Yeah. Last time we actually spoke was FWA, and things. You okay? So you don't understand how much shit my friends gave me for going to go see you and say hi to you at your room.
Oh, I know. I was aware. And I should have realized it was you in that elevator. You were playing so hard to make sure I didn't notice you. And you know what? Yeah. You won.
I did say I was going to mess with you a little bit while you were there. We were in the same elevator. In fact, it was the first day. I just got there too. And I was like going up to my room and everything. And you were just like there. And I was like, oh, that's Fiction. I see him. Okay. And then we ended up getting on the same elevator together. And I was like, I'm going to mess with you. In fact, like while we were in the elevator, I was typing up the message that you got. Like literally as you got off the elevator.
Yeah, I remember that message. You were saying I was short.
Yeah.
Which, you were full of crap, sir.
I am. Granted, you're shorter. Okay, you're shorter than I thought you were going to be. I thought you were going to be like way taller. I didn't think you were going to.
It's a little tall.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's not tall. I thought you were taller from like your videos and stuff like that, right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's not that I thought you were short. It's just I thought you were going to be taller. But it was really nice to see you at FWA. It was really nice to see everybody.
It was very lovely. Yes,
it really was. That was such a good con. I got depressed after I left a little bit, but then I'm like, you know what? There's always going to be another con.
Busy time. I was so busy. It was insane. So let me give you a rundown what happened. The first day we get there, we haven't even registered yet. And we were going to the registration line. And it was going to take us about a couple of hours to get through that line, right?
Yeah.
What the sucky part was is that, holy shit, we have a show to do in like 30 minutes.
Oh, no.
So, thankfully, our operations manager, Colton, went out of his way to make sure that we are in that show without registration. So, basically, technically, we did the show without any registration at all. So I was thank God for that. And what's even worse is that we were on such a time crunch. Like, even before that, it was like we were taking our stuff out, waiting for somebody to come get our luggage. And then Stream Arcadad got lost.
Oh, no.
Like, not lost. Okay, let me rephrase that. He was not lost. He went to the wrong side of the building to go park, and that's not where he needed to be. And we didn't really think that through. He's like, oh, well, maybe he should have been with us because he was not going to get his room until the next day. So he was going to stay with us.
Yeah.
And he just parked there. I was like, dude, do you really want to make a 30-minute walk to come put in our stuff in your room? You might as well come back. So
Yeah.
that was that struggle.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
We were time crunching, and then once we did our show, we were so like beginning of the show, we were just tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might not have seen it, but yeah, we were tired. We put on our faces.
Oh
But
yeah.
after the show, after introducing ourselves to a lot of the fans on the for Top Dogs, we went to bed straight up. We didn't leave that room whatsoever. We were
Mm-hmm.
on our feet a lot and just so exhausted. And that was it for us. But for me, at least, I can't speak on behalf of Whiplash, nor could I speak on the behalf of Stream. I was
Mm-hmm.
constantly moving to one place to another to actually do things. I wasn't even necessarily like enjoying my time, so to speak. It was always
Mm-hmm.
working. And then I had another before you. I had another interview with somebody else. I wanted to be part of their show and play a game with them, so we did that the next
Mm-hmm.
day. So that was fun. Oh yeah, it was intense. It was like 2 truths and 1 lie that we had to
Mm-hmm.
play. That was
Ah,
fun with this
that
group.
yeah.
Mhm. It should be coming on video maybe in a month or two.
Mm.
They will be taking some time to release that video,
I bet.
so it's gonna be great.
Gotta do some editing. Definitely
Hmm
with that. I mean, this show is
hmm
just you put the camera down and you're just talking. So it's nothing like crazy where we gotta have like a whole camera crew. 'Cause, I know on Top Dogs, don't you guys have like a whole like camera crew? For
We do not have. We do
oh.
have 3 videographers,
Mm-hmm.
but it only takes one person to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is our operations guy once again, getting things done as he usually does, and
Yeah.
sometimes it is our lovely dragon, which we call Sakura. She
Mm.
is a wonderful asset to our team. Definitely takes a lot of the stress off our operations guy. So
Mm.
it helps. But we're gonna need videographers in the future.
Yeah.
So
That it as time goes on, you gotta upgrade and get things. Get more
Mhm.
people involved and everything. Definitely. Which right now I'm
Mhm.
kind of just doing this. Which I mean, it's just one camera and we're just recording it. So it's nothing
You
too
can have
crazy.
different angles on that camera. That's kind of what we
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
You can
is it?
anchor it. Yeah,
It's the pin system, right? Where you
I
okay?
think so.
Hmm. Thoughts for later. But we do have some questions for you. Which is kind of what
Okay.
the show is to get to know you a little bit better. What actually got you
All
into the
right.
fandom?
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
I was like
that's the
hearing
question of the
people's
day,
reaction
huh?
to that first question.
Well, I guess it started off when I was very young. I stumbled upon something I shouldn't have,
Oh,
for a lack of better words.
okay.
I was a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Balto. That was my
Mm-hmm.
cartoon. So, well, my cartoon movie to watch as a kid, which I love Balto still to this day.
Alto is a
And
really good movie.
at that, oh, it's such a good movie.
So good.
I don't care about the sequels. The
Yeah, the
first one's
first
just
one. The
good on
first
its
one is
own.
the best one. Sequels are just kind of there,
So
right?
that is what got me into it at first, and then I was like, you know what? I like these wolves. I was introduced to a couple of games I played at first before I became a furry, which
Mm.
was Wolf Quest, and
Ooh.
then I transferred over to Pharaohheart, which I don't know if Pharaohheart is still a thing, but it was like a game full of canines and felines. It was pretty cool. I met some interesting people being in that environment. Something what
Mhm.
packs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's when I was like very very young, and then I was like, one day I'm just hanging out on Fairheart, and I was like, I told my friends I was going to go to bed and good night, and before I went to bed, I was looking up some Balto art because I like some of the drawings
Hmm.
that people have done of him, and then I stumbled on something that I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So I was like, "What is this?" If you guys can catch what I mean by that,
Yeah.
you get what I mean.
Yeah. So you
So
discovered
that was
art of your favorite character, and then that
Mhm.
just I'm guessing that
yeah.
threw you down a hole.
It threw me down the hole, and I discovered the website sofurry.com, and that's
Oh
where
my
I was
god.
first introduced to the furry fandom, and this was in 2008.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
I technically have been a furry since 2008,
Damn.
and now that I'm like what 26 years old now,
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid. But
Yeah.
I just just fair warning, I never did anything bad on there. I was just looking at art. I
Mm-hmm.
never really socialized with anybody on that website. I was just there for myself, just looking at art.
Just looking at art.
I definitely learned a lot by being in there. Yeah, I didn't do anything else besides that.
Right.
And I know that that website was notorious of other things, but I didn't get myself involved in it
Mm-hmm.
too well. So as time went by, maybe 3 years, I really fully committed to being my own character because I didn't have a fursona at the time, um, which I was slowly developing over time. I eventually came up with the character I have now. Originally, his name was not supposed to be Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to be I was going to call him Dante. And
Ooh.
yeah, but I chose Fiction for this particular reason. Fiction was a name I chose when I was designing the reference sheet of this
Mm-hmm.
character. In high school, in a Photoshop class,
Mm-hmm.
I lost that character because the power went out. I thought that character was gone after putting a couple of hours into it. And I was like, damn it, I feel like I'm going to have to restart again. But no.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow he came back from the dead of being deleted, and hence gave the name my friend gave me. He's like, that person is supposed to be Fiction now. I was
Yeah.
like, Fiction, huh? That's the name.
Mm.
So technically he was created because he wasn't supposed to exist.
Yeah.
Hence his name.
That's nice. So was he always going
Yeah.
to be a husky at first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So
Mhm.
so definitely like definitive husky. And then
Mhm.
did he always have the colors that he has and like the designs
Yeah,
on him?
that has
Always.
not changed.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. So kind of like me. Dust was kind
Yeah.
of like always just meant to
Not a
be.
much
Okay.
has changed. No, he never changed it. He's been this way since 2012. So,
I think the only thing that changed on Dust, uh, since he was created, was his eyes are now purple and his paw pads are
Mhm.
purple. That's it. That's kind of like
Okay.
that's kind of like a recent change. They were black, and then they were like brown eyes. You know, but
Oh yeah, and then you went to Violet.
and then I went to violet, and then I went to purple on the paw pads because someone actually
Mhm.
changed my eyes, and then also I saw like my claws got changed to purple. Someone put in purple in one of the drawings, and I was like, "Oh, I like that." So I'm gonna do the paw pads and the
Yeah,
claws. So that's
it's
kind of
always fun when accidents happen to your character and you just like it.
yeah. It always is. Which which for me it's more I'm like very set in my ways. So I'm like I want like my character to be a certain way kind of thing. Which I think a lot of people
Mhm.
are like that as well. So but yeah, that's okay. So fiction was
Mhm.
just like the name at least came from just him being deleted. And then so
Mhm.
his original name Dante, what was that inspired by?
I was a big fan of this one video game that I used to play on Xbox 360, which was Dante's Inferno.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that if you guys have not played that game, check it out sometime. Watch other
Mhm.
YouTubers play it. I love that game. It
That
was
game
great.
is I played a little bit of it. It was pretty good back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
What is
For
it?
its time,
Yeah,
it's a relic now.
it is. I know they made a movie about it. And I watched the
Mm-hmm.
movie about it, and it was pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, although it's a
I
lot
haven't seen
funner
the
to.
movie yet.
You haven't? Oh, it's actually really nice.
Mm.
It's pretty. It's
Hmm.
pretty decently made. What is it? Each kind of like section of hell is, I believe, its own
Yes.
kind of like animation style,
Ooh. I'm gonna
and
check that out.
they get really creative with it. So it's nice actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got into the fandom because you found art, right? What was like
Yeah.
your first impressions of the fandom? You know.
What did I stumble upon? That was my first reaction.
Yeah.
Uh, I was like, I've never seen so many gay people in all my life. And this is just a kid thinking this way. I was like,
Mhm.
gay people exist?
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, sorry to say, guys. Gay people exist.
I was a 12-year-old kid. What did you expect?
I mean, I understand. Like when I first, well, when I first like figured out like what that I even like meant, and I was like, oh, there are other people like that out there. Because like I, which I've told a little bit about myself on the show, but I like kind of grew up in kind of like a Baptist home, right? So very like church people and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at first it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm discovering who I am, and I never really had an attraction to like women or anything like that. So like
Yeah.
when you're a wee lass going on the internet, and then all of a sudden you just find uh you know not meaning to find it, but like things of like men on men, it's like, oh, okay, I gotta see where this goes. And so you
Yeah.
dig a little bit, right? You dig and you like try and find, and then
Your
eventually,
curiosity
yeah.
is making you sin.
Thankfully, like we weren't like going to church like at that time though, because like I think, what is it? We started to like kind of move away from like the church life and everything. I mean, like as like a kid, we were going, but then it just kind of like slowly dipped off because I honestly I think my mom was just like, nah, like this ain't where I want to raise my kids, because like a lot of the church people were kind of very judgy and everything.
Very.
Since like yeah, since most of my mom's kids are actually like adopted. Well, all of them actually. Let's not say most. All of them are adopted, including myself. So the church was very like, oh, these are adopted children. So you know how churches can be.
Well,
And
you should be. Well, I would say you are definitely one of those fortunate children that was able to have a home, because a lot of orphan children do not
hey, yeah,
have that kind of
which
luxury.
I was very
It's a
fortunate with my
very
mom.
hard and long process,
Yeah, it
and
is.
most don't get lucky.
Yeah. What is it? I think so my mom got me when I was basically very young, right? And I don't remember getting adopted until like I would say like 8. So it took a while, right? So, but we're not here to learn about me. We're here to learn about you. So you figured you went down. What is it? Your first impressions are, what did I stumble upon, right?
Yeah.
Um. So what was it like actually like kind of transitioning into like the furry fandom for you? And
It was. I would say it was a pretty easy thing to transition into, because I fell in love with the community that I am in. Because
That's always good.
I love the creativity that the furries brought with their characters or the art and their stories that these people written. It was always fascinating to me because I have a creative mindset and I love when people are very creative. Now I'm not an artist, not a drawing artist by any means, but I do like to write, I do like to sing, and I like to use my voice. Hence why I'm doing singing and voice acting. Building those foundation skills to help with my creativity in the future. And I wanted to point this out. I know this was not your question, one of your questions that, but I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I am going to try to step into the notoriety, not and get out of my bubble with the furry fandom and be the furry that's able to go out in public and talk about these things and talk about my experiences and these things, while also, even though furry thing is a very niche thing about me, there's going to be other things that I want to develop, like I already said, which could bring the topic in so it can be added on to it. I'm not afraid to talk to people that are just normal human beings and talk about my experiences in the community, but also talking about the hobbies that I want to develop.
Yeah. Which is kind of like why I wanted to do the show, and I wanted to like have a lot of like people on, because I want people not just to see like the furry fandom and have that stigma, and not even just have that stigma, just like be like, oh, it's the furry fandom is just like a bunch of like weirdos that want to be animals. We're not a bunch of weirdos that just want to be animals. We may pretend we're animals, but we have more interest than just being animals. Furry is not just like everything, right? We have other
it's like
things
an
that we
alter
want to
ego
do.
that you create.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly how I would put it. It's more of just like an alter ego of like, it allows like some of us, right, to step out of our bubble and to be able to talk to people and to interact with people that we normally would not interact with in our day-to-day lives, right?
A good example of someone with an alter ego that I can think of who is already pretty famous for what they do and make music is Joji, who used to be known as Pink Guy or Filthy Frank. Those were his alter egos. He created those characters. Same thing. He wanted to do something else while he was still being himself. So that's kind of what I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things.
Yeah. And that's what I want to do as well. Eventually. And the show is kind of the first step. So but what is it? No, I don't know. Fuck. My brain is blanking right now. Which I mean, I'm a fox, so
let me put it down this way. When you've been doing the Top Dogs podcast for like I have with the team that we built, you slowly get used to talking on the microphone.
Yeah.
The old habits and the bad habits that you picked up, in the beginning, is no longer there. I don't even really use a lot of filler words like I used to. Or I'm so comfortable just talking on the thing. It just happens naturally when you've been doing so many episodes and being part of interviews for so long that it's second nature to you. And it's fine.
So
you learn.
So it was a very smooth process. I'm getting right for you to join the furry fandom and everything. So what was kind of like, have you your first experience with like IRL furries, like off like VR chat and like the internet? What was that like? What was that like?
When I met my first in real life furries at a anime convention in South Carolina. And it was pretty good. I enjoyed my time being there. I was going there, and I was friends with a brony at the time. I wasn't a brony myself. I just wanted to support my friend. So when I went there and then I saw furries there, I got to know a little bit more about the people within the fandom much better. That's for sure. And I It was my first time really seeing a fursuit up close, and it was an awesome experience to actually hug one of them. And I knew at that point, I was like, you know what? I want this.
like everybody that has been on the show, that's everybody's answer. As soon as they hug like a fursuiter, they're like, I need one.
Yeah.
I want one. That has been everybody's answer.
Really?
Yeah, that is.
I'm surprised.
Almost. What is it? I think the 2 out of the 3 people. I don't know if Bones has a fursuit himself. But I know Arden and Ursa, who has been on the show. Yeah. The moment like they were talking about how they like got into it, and they're like, "Oh, I've hugged a fursuiter," and I was like, "I need this." So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
being Arden and think alike. How cute.
Arden is adorable, so I mean.
Of course. Speaking of Arden.
Yeah.
You know he made that drink for the Top Dogs podcasters, right?
Yes, I saw that. I saw. He made individual drinks for you guys. And everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys can definitely find it on TikTok if you guys watch his TikTok.
Yeah, if you watch his TikTok, definitely go look at it. He takes a lot of time to do his stuff. Oh my god.
The process is insane. Holy
the
crap.
process.
I can't have the patience.
I wouldn't either. Oh my god. Like he was going through every single like individual thing that he does, and the taste testing, the making sure that it like the color blends well enough, and all this other kind of stuff, and it's like, wow. That's so crazy. Not to mention like the editing process that he does as well is crazy, because I know he does like hours of footage and then he has to condense it all into like 30 seconds, which is crazy. While in fursuit. That's
I don't know if he's showing his head because he's not wearing a head. So
what is it? I think he mentioned he tried to do it once where he has the head on and he was doing a flip, right? But he forgot he has a muzzle and he spilt like a bunch of things.
Oh no. Arden. Your perception of your surrounding is not very good when you have that fursuit head on.
No, it is not. God, that's crazy. So okay, so we're talking a lot about Arden, but what is it? What is the process for like the Top Dogs podcast? You know, since we have you here, let's get a little behind the scenes feature.
Oh man, what do you want to know exactly?
Like what's it like? You know, like being on a show like that. You know.
Well, it's not different than what you're doing right now.
Oh, okay.
The thing is with us is that there's a whole team behind it, and right now you're just you.
Yeah.
And I hope I hope you really do get a team, because it's going to make a whole lot of difference. But yes, we have a team for different things and different jobs. So we have a music team, we have a club department, we have a DevOps department, we have videography creation, we have artists that create things for us. We have to take pictures for thumbnails, operations manager. We even have an HR. So
you have
there's a lot going on. Yeah, we have human resources.
Has anyone complained to HR yet?
I wouldn't say I'm allowed to discuss that information.
Oh, okay. Can I make up a scenario? Someone oohed. Yeah. Someone oohed at me.
Okay.
Yeah, on the podcast.
Okay.
Can't believe they would do this.
Well, within the team,
yeah,
we're not supposed to talk bad about the team. That is the rule.
Oh.
Okay. But anybody outside the team that wants to talk, crap about us.
Oh no crap. I have high respect for you guys. High respect. The way that you guys do your operations and everything. Like high respect. I was just making a joke.
Yeah.
Like someone oohed at me. You know.
I know. That's fine.
Okay. I want to make that clear.
It is. I don't expect everybody to like us all the time.
No. That's really hard to do,
especially
right?
with the bigger success.
Yeah.
Bigger success, probably the more hate we might get. That's fine.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: we are very professional, and we do have to be adults about it because we are going to run into those situations where people want to come at us with some, some unnecessary attention.
Right.
And we, as a team, are prepared for it mentally, and we know what to say and when we know what to do.
Huh. Okay. So you guys have you've had meetings about it, right?
Children.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Of course.
You know, mine is because but like mentally, no, I'm kidding. But so it's definitely crazy to think that like I'm just stumped on like you have an HR department. That's so crazy. That's like really like big. Holy shit. Yeah. So like what's
we have a community department as well.
Oh wow.
The community department helps like they help like with the events that we do, like it's the club events, gaming events that we arrange it. I help with the producer, the director producer, who I was just recently talking to. But we have a big guest coming up. But I'm not going to tell you who it is because I want to surprise the audience and including you. This is a big guest. This is someone that isn't in the furry fandom, though. But they are aware of us. That is my hint.
There are a lot of names. There are a lot of names running through my head right now. So...
But I'll give you a hint. They were at Virality.
I'm gonna have to deep dive later. So
yeah, but I won't say it on camera.
No. I'm gonna need a deep dive later. Into that of like who was that Virality that was not a furry.
But I will say this more about the Top Dogs and how it operates.
Yeah.
When we do, our DevOps team is so amazing. Like we would not have the structure the way we do because of our DevOps team, which I'm also a part of that department.
Ooh.
Are so great. We have a structure and security system that is so hard to really go into our server on Discord and like rate it. It is impossible to do it.
Yeah.
There's no way you could do it.
Which is good, especially with how like with how big you guys are.
If you are on our team, like if you ever wanted to be, I'm not saying you don't need to be. There is so many channels for different things, and people get lost. And I had to memorize that all. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, I bet. Oh my god. So what's it like? Kind of like vetting like guests, like ones that you want to have on.
Oh,
and ones you might want to have on.
So, well, I would say we have a rabbit's foot attached because our producer knows people.
Okay.
Connections.
Always good to have.
Yeah, he's one of our biggest assets on our team. I love our director producer. Really great guy to work with. And I had no idea the assets that he could have brought in.
Oh, wow.
Great guy. And then we have our operations manager, which you know him. I think it's Colton.
Yes.
Gets shit done, no problem.
Yeah.
Whether you need something, if he needs to request something from DevOps, a specific thing to make us better, he'll do it. Oh yeah, we even have a marketing team. I forgot to mention that.
A marketing team? Oh my god.
Yeah, only run by one person, which he is really good. He does that for a living, though.
Oh well, then yeah, understandable then.
Yeah,
definitely. Like,
and our DevOps guy, our director of our DevOps team, has a master's degree in cybersecurity. These guys are not like playing here. You know, these are serious people, professionals. They're doing this for free. This is all volunteer work for the time being.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. So it's a whole
But these people
operation over
love
there.
doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge operation. It's not
Oh
just
my god.
the podcasters and the video, the cameraman. No,
I
even after the show.
Oh my god. So like me, I always just thought like you guys, you know, you had like the core group, right? And then you have like the video guys, right? And then you have like the video editors, and then like some of you guys like pick up like some of the other stuff, right? I didn't know it was like this whole like operation. Oh my god. That's so
it's
crazy.
awesome to have this team. I am so humbled by what this team has done, because
so great.
Even though I might be the founder of this this whole organization, I'm just very happy that these people are helping realize my own dreams and helping me get there too. Because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be where I am now.
Aww.
And I am very thankful for that. You know, there's nothing that can replace that. It is so great. That's what I love about our Top Dogs organization. We're not just a company that people say is that we're just boxing. No, we are a team and a community, and that's what we want furries to be.
Oh, that's so great. That's kind of like what I want this show to end up being eventually. But I mainly started this because I want people to kind of like meet the individual people in the fandom, not just like see like the fandom from like an outside source and stuff. Be like, oh, like those are just like weird people in there. We're all different. We all come from. We may all find the furry fandom in different ways and everything, but like we all are individual people. We have our own interests. We have things outside of being furry as well. So
of course,
that's just the amount. This the scale of like your operation though. Like, oh my god, I
didn't even touch.
I wasn't even.
I can't talk about those other things.
Yeah,
so.
I wasn't prepared to hear like all this. Like, oh my god, now my mind is really blank. I've had I had like all my questions like kind of like lined up, but now like I'm reshuffling them and everything. That's oh my god.
We do also have a world building department.
Ooh.
Which, you know, I'm not going to say anything else other than that.
Just a world building. So look out for Top Dogs Worlds coming soon.
I didn't say that. You said that. I mean, we have a world building department. That is common knowledge. Yes.
I mean, you got to tease it a little bit, right? Like get people excited.
I'm not going to reveal everything that we do.
No. We got to tease it. You know, like be like it's coming.
But I'm going to say things that are a fact and what is real. Yes, we do have a world building department. We also have a music team, so these things happen. So that is great. And the creation team, which also is in charge of, you know, helping create thumbnails, creating our logo. So yeah, those things. And there's a business behind what we're doing. So
yeah, I did not know that. Oh my god, that's crazy. So how did the Top Dogs actual podcast start? You know.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It was so cringy thinking about it now. It started last year when it was just me, Whiplash, at the time. And before Stream Orchid was on the show, we had Conrad Husky on the show. Within probably maybe like a few episodes in, he left, unfortunately, and then it was just me and Whiplash at the time. And then eventually I came up to Stream Arcadad because I liked how he was. I thought he would be a great fit on our team. And I personally came up to him and was like, hey, do you want to be a podcaster on the Top Dog Show? And I was selling it so hard for him. He was already hooked and he was already convinced. So it definitely pulled out in our favor, that's for sure. As much as I miss Conrad being on our show, I hope, you know, he's enjoying what he's doing now.
Okay.
Because Comrade is always welcome to come back to say hello to us or be a guest
Yeah.
once again. Just to
That's
say, be a part of
that's
it just
good.
for one more time. I would love to have that happen again.
Aw. I mean, who knows? Eventually, like in the future, you never know.
Yeah.
That's
Of
that.
course.
Okay. So what was the reason of it starting though? Like what were your reasons for wanting like to start it?
This is something I really would love to tell you about. Okay.
Mm.
So I didn't have I would say what created it was I was inspired by an actual YouTube channel that is very popular and is still going.
Mm-hmm.
Good Mythical Morning.
Ah.
I love Good Mythical Morning. They were my inspiration. I love Rhett and Link. I watch their shows every single day, and maybe hopefully one day I would love to be on their show. That is a goal. And I'll be honest with you, if I am on their show, I'm gonna try my best not to fangirl if I do. So because I looked up to those guys for inspiration. And I'm gonna definitely be professional if I ever get the opportunity. So who knows? It could happen. And you know what? I'll go back to this video. It's like, yes, it did happen. So I'll remind you. And so, yes, but even better, I got the name Top Dogs from one of their episodes.
Oh.
They were, yes. It was just the beginning. It was the introduction to their video, actually. It was they were debating on hot dog brands that they liked, I think they said which hot dog is the top dog, and let's talk about that. And that's their introduction. So yeah, check out that video. That's where I got the name Top Dogs from.
I'll have to check it out. Do you remember the episode? Like,
I don't remember the episode number, but you could definitely look up Good Mythical Morning hot dog taste test.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. I will definitely look it up.
I will send you the link.
Okay. Yes.
But yes, I still continue to watch that show every day, and boy, I am a huge fan of them. It's because of them that we have our show today. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Good Mythical Morning, because now if it wasn't for them, like furries wouldn't have such a great representation and like something to like look forward to, right? That's so good. Oh my god, you guys have been doing exceptional work over there.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that.
Oh god. All right. So it all started there with Rhett and Link, and you moved in, you made it your own. Yeah. What are some of the guests that you would like to have on your show?
I mean, it could possibly happen. Jonah Scott definitely would be one of those people.
Okay. Yeah.
Which, if you know who Jonah Scott is, right?
Yes, of course.
Personally, I would like to have Whiskey Dingo on the show one of these days.
Oh.
Yeah, Whiskey Dingo would be a good one. Who else would be a great one? Because I would say my third pick, and this is just based on preference, that I would like to be on the show. It would be Daxter, because I think he would be interesting to have on the show. He'd be something.
Yeah. I have seen Daxter out in the wild, and yeah.
That probably will happen only because we are friends. So I just want to see what he would do and bring to the table.
So what on your podcast, like how do you guys determine like what topic to talk about that episode?
Well, actually, that's a good question, because it's actually debated between me and the director producer. I write the topics, and then he looks at them, and he actually sometimes wants to pinch in on some ideas and topics, and then we write them together. And we usually cover that month of of topics to cover, whether 4 or 5 episodes for that month. And we work from there, and then we write a document because we do that, and then we put it in our Google Drive thing. So we have a list of questions that we have if we don't have anything to talk about. But sometimes we just roll with what we want to go with sometimes.
You wing it.
And then we have, we wing it, but we gotten so good at it to the point that it's natural for us. So we don't necessarily have to follow the document to the letter. That's just backup information just in case we do not have anything else to say. So there was no, dead silence about our topic. And then once we hit that 30-minute mark, that's kind of like when we do our advertisements, whether it be our Patreon, stuff like that, subscribing to our YouTube channel, notifying us, hitting the bell. Whoop, sorry.
You're fine.
I'm fine. I hit the waist, so it's good.
Oh, trust me, I know. I understand with full body and everything.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, and this is an interesting thing, is that yes, we have a document. Like Stream does it differently than I do, but I look at a document in my own peripheral vision because I have it on my monitor and sometimes on my phone. And he has it as a screen, I believe, on his end.
Oh wow!
I'm not sure what Whiplash does, but me and him kind of expressed how we, do it. And then, if you guys don't know this, I have mentioned this on the show, which is we have our videographer and sometimes our operations guy talking to us in our earphones.
Oh, wow.
You guys don't hear it on the show, but they're telling me, hey, can you move on to this line? Or, okay, somebody's been talking too long. Can we switch it up a bit? And I'm like, yeah, I got it. And then I try to change up the conversation so it doesn't linger too long on certain topics. So, yes, I have the producers and the operations just whispering things in my ear. And sometimes when we're about to hit the 10-minute mark, which is like an hour before the show, they're like, hey, we're about to hit the 10-minute mark. You got to end it in like 10 minutes. So I'm like, okay. Sometimes you even see me looking at the crew and I'll be just giving the thumbs up. So it's a great team building effort. That's what we do.
That's interesting. So you have like a full document just like right in front of you. Have there ever been?
Well, not literally. I'm probably on my side.
Well, yeah. Have there ever been like surprises where people just kind of just ran off with something on the show?
With something?
Yeah, kind of like kind of like went on for too long, or like completely like changed like a topic, right?
Oh, I mean, changing topics is inevitable with any topic that we're doing.
Yeah,
because sometimes it can be funny, it can be silly. One person that's really, really bad at it is definitely Stream Architect. He will ramble on for too long if you don't stop him. So I had to stop it and cut him off sometimes. I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but I'm like, it's like, this is our show, man.
All of us. It's a team effort, you can't just hog the camera.
But don't worry, I'm a camera hog all the time. So,
oh my god. I mean, what is it? Once all furries get kind of like full body, we're all just like kind of mere dwellers and camera hogs. So it happens eventually, right? Especially
it does.
Especially in VR. So I think in the real world,
one of our most funniest experiences, though, is when Stream Architect and I was like doing my thing where I was like telling my 30-minute mark where it's like, yes, hit the notification bell to be notified with our videos and so on and so forth. And then he was supposed to do a confetti, like coming from his, when he was going to like, but no, he did we call the quote unquote confetti.
Oh my god!
Confetti that was white that shot that way between his legs.
I think I saw that.
If you check it out on TikTok.
I think I saw that one on TikTok, and he was like, "Oh."
That was the wrong one.
Yeah. Oh, that one was really good. Oh my god. I think I woke up to that one like
Yes.
on my feed. Like that was like one of the first videos when I woke up. I was like, okay. TikTok is starting off interesting today.
Of course, they know what you like.
They know what I like. They know exactly what I like. I love my
furries,
TikTok feeds.
not
Yeah. I love my TikTok feed. Although sometimes I hate it because on mine, I'll get both sides of the political spectrum, and it's not like it's like, you know, moderate stuff, right? It's like the most unhinged shit on both sides, and it's like, TikTok, I have already like reset you twice. Why are you still doing this to me? I'm just like, I just want to see fursuiters and VR chat furries.
I get furries, or I get funny ass memes.
Oh, so God, I wish I had that. I'll get an occasional like one, you know. What is it? It'll be like, oh, Fox News has said this now, right? And then it'll just be like, here's like a funny meme. And then it's like, here's a geopolitical spectrum and how like everything equates to like geometry and some other like reasons. Like, I just want to laugh. I just want to see furries. Please let me see furries, TikTok. And I've actually reset my thing, like I said, twice, and it still does it. And I'm like, I'm not watching these videos, because like how TikTok works is you watch the video, right? You like the video.
You've been watching too many political stuff, haven't you?
I haven't, though. That's the thing, is I haven't. I skip those. I skip those as much as possible, and I go, I'm not interested in this, right? Because they have that feature. They still pop up on my feed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't get involved with politics that much.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I'll see some stuff and I'll like, you know, I'll be informed about it, right? But I want to, like, for me, it's more of like, I'll go and I'll search the information if I want to know the information, right? That way I'm getting everything.
Yeah.
That like I want to know about and all that. I'm not gonna like, I don't want that on my feed though. But like, TikTok really wants me to be involved in politics. Honestly, I think what I should do is just run for president.
Definitely. Hell, I vote for you.
Oh my god. Really? That's for president then.
Yeah. Absolutely. Why not?
What would my
furry run for president?
A better V for tomorrow. That's gonna be my running line.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. A better read for tomorrow. Really drives home the
I would work. Yeah, we can definitely veto out the corruption, that's for sure.
And it's just gonna be like my VR chat avatar. It's not even gonna be me like IRL. I'm gonna be the first virtual president.
Americans, I am a furry.
I am a furry.
Have a good evening. There we go.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions for me before we get on topic again?
Yeah, I know, right? So does anyone in your family know that you're a furry?
Yes, all of them do.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
How was that when it first started?
Oh, pretty easy. It was
pretty easy.
I can't speak on other furries, but I've always had accepting parents. They never really cared. My mom was probably my biggest supporter. She is the one that actually helps on the side with Top Dog's organization when things go certain ways. She also has helped me with other things like my project with music and voice acting. So I'm building these foundational skills because she wants her boy to succeed, which I am thankful for. But, you know, I still have to put in the work. She's just not going to help me if I don't. So I appreciate that kind of, you know, it's great to have parents that, you know, that love you and care about who you are. And my mom being the biggest supporter of me, that definitely helps out a lot to gain that confidence to do these other things that I wanted to do, which I'm already doing anyways.
Okay, that's cool.
And you might
that's
think it's
really
scary
cool.
because they are a very like Republican household. So, and that surprises a lot of people that wow, you have supporting parents that are Republicans. Like, yeah, they don't care. I'm not really political myself.
Yeah, like I said myself, which honestly, like you, I come from. Well, I mean, they're church people, so they vote Republican and everything, like kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
And so my grandma has passed, sadly, which
my condolences.
She was very much a supporter of like the furry stuff, right? And she enjoyed like seeing some of like the art and everything. I would show her. I'd be like, "Oh, look at this! This is nice." But my mom is like super supportive. Actually, I do like TikTok streams and stuff where I play video games and everything. She has actually popped in on the streams every so often on TikTok. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She'll do it.
That is amazing.
She's actually commented on a couple of the videos that I've done as well, which I mean, if yeah, she's there. I'm never gonna call her out for it. Right? I'm never gonna call her out. But she is there. She is watching most of the time on the actual TikTok streams and the actual videos and stuff. She'll comment on a couple of them. She'll be like, this is the best son, or like something like that. I know she commented on a recent one.
Adorable.
It is. I'm like, oh my god, mom, stop. Mom, stop. And she'll
of other family. Everybody keeps mentioning about my grandma. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
I've done videos with my grandma on TikTok. It's my most popular video is with my grandmother on TikTok.
Oh yeah, that's right, isn't it? How did that?
Yeah,
how did that go? I want to know how that go. How that went? Like introducing her to that and like bringing it up to her about like, hey, would you want to be in a video with me?
Yeah, she said, yeah, let's do it. I don't have no problem with it. And I was like, okay, so I need you to say this. And it's like, I'm proud. You're my grandson, and being a furry, it doesn't bother you. And I was like, yes, but I was like, my line was about to say, well, furries are hella gay, and that was supposed to be my line. And she must have misheard me. I guess she assumed that's what she was supposed to say.
Oh,
she's like, and she was like, well, you're hella gay though. And I'm like, what? My reaction was genuine. My reaction to her saying that was actually real. That was not acting. That was real. My body language, me turning to her, I was like, that's not what you... But I looked back at the footage and I was like, this could be really something. So I just posted and went with it, and it blew up.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
On TikTok.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I need to do videos with her again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people like that. So how was like introducing her to like the furry like stuff? Like how was that?
She was thinking, she said it was just always interesting to her. Like, she's never seen that side before. And, she's always had my back and stuff like that. And she didn't really think being a furry was weird. Well, this is what she said. She said that we're all weird, so who gives a shit?
Oh my god, words have never been more truer.
She's like, I don't understand why people are trying to act so normal. I don't give a shit. Just you're weird in your own way. Who cares?
Yeah, be yourself. Like. That's amazing. Oh my god, that's kind of like my grandma. Oh my god, when she was alive. That's amazing. So great. Oh my god. So was there any like at any point did you like think that like doing the TikTok stuff would blow up into like as much as it blew up? You know?
No,
No?
I actually had no faith that it would have. I was just being stupid,
Hmm.
in all honesty. And then
Oh.
it turned into something more. So, which created the grumpy husky, that positive aggressive attitude that people love, that I unfortunately do not do anymore. But that's okay. I learned at that point, doing that, I was like, you know what? I really want to get into voice acting. I was like, that's what I want to do. And make music and these things that I wanted to do. And these things are already happening for me. And
That's
I'm
great.
so excited to do it.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man. I really am. That's great.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate it.
so your content went from the grumpy husky, which now I've noticed that you've started to do a little bit more, let's say, suggestive stuff. Like, what was your thought process on that? Because that's
You
something I want to
see,
know.
the suggestive content that I've done
Mm-hmm.
was actually, I wasn't trying to go full blown out.
Mm-hmm.
I was just having fun. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes people notice that I could make a very dirty joke on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems like it's dirty, but I turn it very wholesome at the end of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Like the video I did with Whiplash and who's gonna be top or bottom.
Yeah.
At the end of the video, it was just bunk beds. So, or when I did a video recently with Andreas, Husko Andreas,
Mm-hmm.
where he's like, "Oh, I'm just asleep, not hearing anything," and I'm just coming in there, just about to, and he's like, and then yeah, we cut off and to just focus on the house, and you're like, "Oh my God, Dad! Oh goodness gracious, how could you?" And I'm just tickling him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those
Okay.
things.
So the thought process was just wanting to be more silly and moving into that type of content a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to
Not
go
necessarily.
full out blown out.
Yeah.
I refuse
Yeah.
to, because if I want to get into the fields that I want to get in, I have
Mm-hmm.
to be careful. I cannot
Yeah.
be going full blown out. It
Mm-hmm.
ruins your chances, that's for sure. You are
Oh yeah.
limiting yourself while you do that.
Yeah.
But
Which there's always got to be a trade off for like what you want to do and the things that
Mhm.
you want to pursue. And you have to kind of like
Yeah.
make sure that like, what is it? I wouldn't say like, well, yeah, more of like your image is like somewhat clean, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
But I can make adult jokes, no problem. That's not that hard. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just more like I can't go on to the whole what I call after dinner.
The after dinner.
The after dinner.
The
If you
after
guys know what I
dinner.
mean when I say that.
I think we
The
all know
after
what
dinner
you mean.
scenes.
The after dinner.
I
scenes.
can't. I refuse to go down that path. It's not, and nothing wrong with people that do that. I respect what you're doing. It's your content. You can do whatever you want. It's just not for me. I'd rather keep my life like that private.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's okay. Well, thinking of a question. God, I had it while we were talking, and then it just. Bye bye. It's that fennec
That's what you get for
brain.
being having a fox brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fennec brain. It's the fennec brain. It definitely is. So we talked about cons. Cons. What was your first con?
FWA 2022.
Ah, all right.
Yeah. That's when I wasn't busy though. There was no top dogs at that time.
There was no top dogs. There was just endless fun and not endless meetings, right?
Yeah. No, it was just. I mean, I was big on TikTok at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I still kind of am. It's just not what I'm used to doing anymore. So.
No problem.
And people recognize me. People still recognize me from TikTok, even when I went to the recent FWA 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was a new thing. But it's slowly trending into the podcast and my other projects that I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. So your first was FWA. What about like your first kind of like real life like furry event that you went to? What was that like?
Furry event?
Yeah, like strictly for furries.
Been to
like a furry meet.
for furries. I have never been to a furry meetup actually.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Interesting.
I've never been invited to any.
Really?
Because I'm always constantly going places. Yeah.
So you have
in one place.
Do you get involved with like local furry groups at all?
Well, I didn't feel like the states that were in, besides Maryland, which I was living there for a year and a half before I recently moved, was definitely a furry communication, definitely a furry community there. But I do plan on changing that and probably next year because I want to move to Denver, Colorado, which I heard, which I didn't know at the time, was there's a huge furry community there.
Oh yeah, there's a giant Denver furry community.
And I had no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy up there. Oh my god. There are so many people from Denver that I know.
Originally, the thing is, and it's still the plan, which is I was going there for, because I'm about to get done with my degree in IT and get in my, and then once I do that, I am moving to Denver because of the benefits of my career. What I didn't know was that there was a lot of IT furries that lived there.
Yeah.
So my network got better, and I didn't know. So I'm like, okay, this is going to happen. This is even better than what I imagined it would be.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like Denver has like crazy amount of furries. Like, oh my god. And just the IT in general there is like crazy. Just to think about.
It's big in Washington D.C. and Maryland because it is big there too, but it's more competitive.
Also,
it was very hard to find any work there.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to find work there. It is difficult. Yeah.
Understandable. I mean, it is Maryland and stuff like that, DC. Right? So definitely yeah, I could see that. I could see that being very difficult to find like that type of job there. Yeah. Especially when there's like probably like a lot of people like shooting for the same job and everything. All right.
Yeah, especially in that area. It's insane.
Oh, I bet. Oh my god. Do you have any future like aspirations for like the fandom and what you want to bring to it?
Well, if I was to, like, besides making music and being a voice actor,
yeah,
I mean these are things that are going to be outside of the furry fandom, but I definitely would not not hide that knowledge because it will be public. Why I'm doing this is because I want furries to know that even though you might be a furry and you're okay and being comfortable in your own little bubble, you're gonna have to eventually step out of that bubble if you want notoriety. Especially if you want to make it big in something.
Oh yeah,
otherwise, definitely. You have to be okay with that.
Yeah, you have to balance.
And that's scary.
Right?
That's a scary thought.
Oh,
which to me, it's very terrifying. But I know that I can do it if you bust your ass off, which is not going to be an easy journey for me. But I know I can do it.
Yeah, you definitely have to find a balance for that. You can't just stay in like your kind of like bubble of like, oh, I only interact with like furries and stuff like that. You gotta branch out. You can't just
no problem talking with normie people. That has never been a problem.
Never been a problem for me, never. And it's honestly like not boggling, but like interesting that like a lot of furries actually do have that problem of talking to like normal, like not normal people, but like people outside of the furry fandom, right? Because they don't know how to interact with them and they don't know if they're going to be like, oh, well, that's weird, right? Which is understandable in a fear.
Yeah, I get that, but you mentioning a furry does not have to be the first subject you need to bring up. If they want to, it can be brought up organically. But eventually people will catch on to what you are, and and it's okay if they don't want to be your friend after that. That's fine. You're an adult. You'll find more friends.
You'll find more friends. You'll find more people.
That's more of a them problem than it is a you problem.
Very true. You'll definitely find that like group of people that will accept you for you, especially within like not just within the fandom, but also outside of the fandom as well.
Yeah.
There's definitely like those groups of people that are be like, oh, you're a furry? That's nice. I like that. That's amazing. Oh, this is cute. Right? And they'll not
Yeah.
necessarily be a furry themselves, but they'll have understanding of it,
Mm.
which I have a couple of like normal friends that are like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
One of them who I've been friends with for a very long time that I haven't really talked to in a while, which I gotta get back in touch with him, is someone that was like always that actually like helped me kind of like through like kind of discovering that I was gay, right? And it was an Xbox
Mm-hmm.
thread, because it was like, oh yeah, like I'm this, like, you know, like normal like young person, you want to like tell like people like, oh, I'm gay, I'm this, I'm, you know, right? Uh, and a lot of people like were, oh, we don't want to be friends with him. You're gay. We don't want to be friends with you,
Mm-hmm.
and all this other kind of thing. Is he's like, and he sent me a message like the night that like people started just unfriending me on Xbox of, hey, I don't give a shit what you are. You're a cool dude. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
that's
man.
those are the
Thank
people you want to
you.
keep.
And then, you know, we played for years. We played for years after that. Like, just Call of Duty and
Oh,
everything.
I
Hung
imagine.
out. It was great. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like he helped me become comfortable with that, which, and also like furry stuff as well. Eventually,
Oh
when
yeah,
I was, yeah, when I was a
as you
wee
should.
lad, and he was like, he was fucking cool with everything. He's like, I don't give a shit, man. Like, you do you. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you. It's like, oh, so
Oh,
yeah,
that is an awesome friend to have. That's for
it
sure.
is, and I really got to get back in contact with him. Oh my god. So
Definitely.
I've asked this on the show before. It's one of our last
Okay.
questions that I ask.
Okay.
In your opinion, what do you think of the furry fandom?
Why the positive or negative?
Whether positive, negative, what is your opinion on the furry fandom?
I would say this, and that is we go through a lot as it is as a community, and it's in our best interests to stick together because we already get a lot of hate from other people outside of our community as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I do not agree with people in our own community going after each other because of a popularity contest or that they're
Yeah,
becoming more successful than you.
yeah,
You know, it's that is what hurts me a lot. You know, these people that want to make accusations of people that may or may not be true unless it was fully reported, those kinds of things.
yeah,
I hate to see that. And I think what's important though is that, if you're going to go, we gotta, like we're gonna go after somebody, at least you have to have the proof to do things like that, stuff like that.
yeah,
Now, and understand the law and be an adult about it. Don't be so emotional about it and don't always stick to one side of the story. You make sure you get the full story and always do your research. Otherwise, it's going to be a very, very confusing situation.
yeah.
And I do expect, my team, well, not my team, our team on Top Dog's organization to do the most adult responses to these some things. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we're supposed to do.
Yeah,
We have it bad as it is already with people not liking us anyways. So why are we going after each other? Where
yeah,
we need to be stronger by sticking together, which I don't get that.
yeah. Which
That's
I
what
think
I'll
that comes
say.
down to definitely like since like the furry fandom like kind of attracts like younger people
Mhm.
and stuff like that. That's gonna
Of
happen.
course.
With not only like
Yeah.
mixing like younger people with like adult people and like preteen people and like people that are like wanting to be not just like that next like big thing, but like wanting to like make a difference and wanting to have like that kind of like stuff in that field, right?
Mm.
In like wanting to be something because like you didn't feel like you were, when you were like growing up
I
or
mean, I
something like
will
that,
be
right?
realistic about the people that kind of want to do things like that. Make
Hmm.
these accusations. Your
Yeah.
15 minutes of fame is not going to be like
Yeah.
diddly squat.
Especially if it's like
Becoming
wrapped up in
relevant,
drama, right?
yes. So
Yeah.
what I will say is this: you want to become relevant in your own community, then you're going to have to give them something to make you relevant.
Yeah.
Whether that be one of the best singers in our community, a great guitar player, consider all these skills that you have at your fingertips that you
Hmm.
know that you love doing, and take it to heart and work hard to be good at it, and then you put it out. That is
Yeah.
what's going to get you noticed. You want to be noticed for the good things, not for the bad things that you've done,
Yeah.
because that those accusations of you going after somebody because of some ridiculous accusation and some of these accusations can be very serious, and
Oh
they
yeah.
don't realize how
Definitely.
serious they can be.
Oh yeah.
And do something that it makes you relevant. Don't go after people, because I can guarantee you that 15 minutes of fame is only going to be short lived. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you're somebody that's worth knowing.
That 15 minutes of
You
fame is going to be short, but the infamy that you are going to have of being someone that is just drama will stick.
It will stick with you, and and that's
Yeah.
what will remain with you. Of
That will
course,
be your
with
infamy, not
success,
the
yeah,
good you
of
put out
course, but
there.
I'm not saying like when it comes to success, there is going to be hate. There is going to be
Yes.
people who are envious of you.
Mm-hmm.
But these are people that do not understand what it takes to work hard to get where you are, and that's what it
Mm-hmm.
takes sometimes. It's not a shortcut to it. It's a lot of failures, of projects, whatever you're doing. I failed many projects, and I still went
Mm-hmm.
on to do what I'm doing now to become successful. Because of those failures, you become more wiser, and you become better at it than last time. So
Mm-hmm.
consider those things.
Yeah.
Don't beat those people unless you really, really know that these accusations that you could really make of people can really ruin people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And don't
Yeah.
say, well, they probably deserve it. I was like, well, you don't know until you really have the proof. And when you
Yeah.
actually do have the proof, you do need to report it to the police and understand the laws of your state and their state.
Yeah.
Do not
Definitely.
try to make these accusations on people, because I've seen the same accusations many, many times.
Mm-hmm.
And it is unfortunate that these people that make these same accusations are people who are legitimately struggling with those accusations where they're not be taken seriously. When you keep
Yeah.
using those words a lot, nobody takes the other ones that are actually going through it more serious.
Exactly.
And I have someone in my family who has said, went through these similar accusations that furries like to throw around. And,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't get their justice because that word gets used too much to the point nobody takes it serious.
Yeah.
That's what
And
sucks.
that's not good. Yeah, that does. That really does.
No.
Uh there's a great thing that kind of like I stick to is you may see the high numbers, but you don't see what it took to get those high numbers, right? You don't see the work, the blood, the
Mm-hmm.
sweat, the tears, the literal hours of learning the person's craft to get to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if
I can name many celebrities that are still well known today that you probably don't even know, but they're talked about because
mhm,
of their personal accolades that they develop. I
yeah,
know you don't watch sports, but Tom Brady. Everyone knows who
mhm,
Tom Brady is. You don't even need to watch the sport to know that name.
yeah,
Or Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
mhm,
These guys bust their asses off to be where they are.
mhm,
And yet you still know their names, even if you don't know what they did. Elvis Presley busted his ass off in his music career.
yep,
Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson. These people bust their ass developing their crafts.
mhm,
That's why they're remembered.
yep. It's why they will always be infamous and in the light of like fame, like because they worked at
Hmm.
it. They didn't just sit there and be like, "Oh well, I'm gonna tear this other dude down just to get there," right?
You see, they already go
they
through
went
that
in.
because I mean, here's the thing: the bigger the success that we get, especially in Top
Mhm.
Dog's organization or even myself, I know I'm expecting someone to come after me eventually. Again, it will
Eventually,
not surprise me. It's not going to be surprised because I'm ready
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
It does not surprise me. And you know what? That's fine. They can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I am okay with it because I'm not going to worry about what a person that doesn't care about me say.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they weren't even my friend to begin with. And I'm not going to waste my energy trying to convince somebody that already made up their mind. So I'm just going to continue doing what I love doing and being happy because I'm not going to acknowledge it.
Yeah. You're gonna do you no matter what, right? And that's kind of at the end of the day, that's what you gotta do. At the end of the day, you gotta be happy with yourself. You can't be happy with other people. Just like I want to be liked and everything. No, you gotta like yourself. You have to be happy with yourself at the end of the day. Of course, because at the end, it's just you. It's just you. Do you, boo boo? Do you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. How was your torture? I hope it wasn't too bad. You know.
Well, my ass is numb on this chair, so.
Well, I have that effect on men, but we're not talking about that. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. This has been Fiction Boy. If you'd like to plug anything, please do so now.
I would. You want me to make a shout out to? Oh, okay. So
whatever
if
you
you
want.
guys ever want to check, if you guys ever want to check Top Dogs podcast, we are on YouTube a lot. You can also follow me on my Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram. Same thing as Fiction Boy, but on Twitter it's Fiction the Husky. So keep in mind of that. TikTok is also Fiction Boy as well. And then that's pretty much it. You know, there's nothing else for me to say besides I appreciate you taking the time to put me on the show. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining. Honestly, when I asked, I didn't know if you were gonna want to do it. Thank you so much for actually being here. Anyway, I've been Dust Fennec. I hope you all enjoyed. We will be here with our next guest next Wednesday. So goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Seems you're at the end of the video. If only there were places you can go to see more content of mine. Cotton's way better, you were. The Jack and Rose.